It is currently 1 a.m., 1 something a.m. on technically day 3 of my 1 month in New York. Wrapped up filming for the day and taking a 2-hour train to Beacon. I'll be getting in the town around 3 a.m. and hitting the pillow around 4 a.m. So I just hope I get there and then I can chill for the week while I'm there and not have to take the train back into the city, hopefully anytime soon. I hope the cats are okay. I'll keep you posted. I'm finally awake. I think it's 1 or 2 something p.m. in the afternoon. So, gonna feed the cats. I feel bad for them. Sorry, kitties. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm getting your food. I'm coming. I promise. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Your food's coming. It's on its way. What a beautiful day. Another beautiful day. Grateful to be here. I'm gonna not leave the apartment, I think, for a while. Enjoy. Your turn. Finally. I can rest. It's been such a busy few days. The less actiony days are more balanced out with more reflective days. It's hot. Give me a second. I need to change. Pardon this nest going on. I didn't address that yet. That is for a later time. For now, I'm gonna go enjoy my yogurt and my tea. I feel a lot lighter today for several reasons. One, because I'm here. I'm at the cat sit. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to live or spend the night for the next week or so. That brings a lot of peace of mind. Reason number 2, the weekend of filming is done and I don't have to be in the city. It's nice to be out of the city and not have to go anywhere. I don't have really any responsibility to be in person anywhere. So that's a relief because I love to just work on my own schedule, which is why I can't really have a 9 to 5. It's not my thing. I can't operate functionally that way. For some, it works for them. They're happy, they're thriving, killing it. And so happy for those people, but that's just not who I am. Third reason why I'm feeling lighter is because this morning I sent a boundary setting message and I got a pretty healthy response back, which was nice. Anyway, I set the boundary. I feel good about it, and I feel like it frees up my time and energy to focus on things I want. That's hot. I think I've been driven by fear. A lot of my decisions as of late driven by fear mongering, and I am shifting away from that to gravitate more toward things that drive me from a place of abundance and love and security rather than insecurity and fear and scarcity. So, working on cultivating those relationships and putting more distance between the relationships that come from a place of anxiety or fear or stress that are driven by those things because it doesn't feel good. Anyway, yeah, it's just been tough in the acting world. I think I lost my center for a while. Lost my sense of like intuition for a bit because I feel like I was being pulled in a lot of different directions by managers and consultants and just people trying to give me their advice on how to be successful in this industry. They're all saying a million different things that pull me in all these different directions. Plus, I'm spread out over places, projects, and people, essentially. Intention. The intention. What is the intention? Where is it coming from? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why do I act? For a lot of reasons. Storytelling is so powerful. I think it's such a great tool for bringing people together, but also to just express creatively. At the end of the day, the biggest reason is that I think it builds empathy for everyone involved. Like, as an actor, it builds empathy to put myself in other people's shoes. It's a good exercise, a good practice to really dig deep into someone, or even not necessarily even someone else's shoes, but a part of me that I'm not used to tapping into, because I think we all have like all these different versions of ourselves. And even if I'm playing like a villain, there's like a small part of me that can relate to it. They have a story, they have their reasons, and it's a good exercise to kind of figure out where it comes from, how we can relate to that within ourselves. And I think that's part of what builds empathy. And then for the audience, it builds empathy to be able to witness these stories, these interpretations, and hopefully open new perspectives in ways that they haven't necessarily seen or thought about before. Yeah, I think I want to be involved in those powerful stories and say yes to those and use my power of choice and discernment to say no to the ones that I don't align with. Because my time and energy is valuable, and I know I'm still at a place of building my resume and my experience. Well, for YouTube, I'm tired of just creating to make something marketable or to make something relatable or agreeable. Well, YouTube, acting, branding, it's all the same to me. I want to shift to make my source of creativity just honest, from a place of honesty and like raw realness. I value authenticity over exposure, but I think it's not about the numbers for me anymore, because it doesn't feel good when it's not feeling aligned and when I'm creating something or being a certain way just to appeal to a larger audience, because it's not me. If it's not me, it doesn't feel right. Now that I've identified that resistance and where it's coming from, now I know what my priorities are. And that's just to remain real and authentic to myself and in my art and in my creation, even if it's at the expense of not being seen by more people. I want to operate from a place of honesty, even if it's messy, even if it's nasty, even if it's disorganized, even if it's boring. These videos are a great exercise to just be okay with all of it. Personally, lately, a lot of my videos have been trying to bring value. Of course, it's a plus if it brings value to anybody. But I think even that like takes away from my authenticity. This is really good tea. Mushroom adaptogen blend. Anything that takes me out of my full self, like that's external. That's putting the energy external. If I just shut out the world, who am I when no one's watching, when I'm creating not for the purpose of consumption? And I know that's like the whole point of YouTube, for people to consume. It's just such a fine line. It's like I want to create something real. I'm just talking out loud, like as if I were talking to myself. What's the point if you're not creating for the purpose of someone else's consumption? I think like these videos that I'm making are for my personal documentation. I'm putting it out on YouTube in case anyone can relate. And because I want to share whatever is going on in my head, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but this is my way of, I guess, reconnecting back with myself. And if it connects with others, that's a plus. And I think that's how you build community, because that's important to me too. Like, of course, I love my space. I love being alone. And it's so important for me to be able to hear my thoughts like this. So I guess that's why I'm putting these videos out, even though I'm talking to myself essentially. I know it's kind of, these are existential sort of thoughts, and I get in my head. I did take some notes on this. The gist is that I'm tired. I've been tired of trying to be palatable, marketable, relatable. Tired of trying to get people to understand me at the expense of expressing my raw, authentic self. It is expensive to sacrifice that for the sake of marketability. Like, it's not worth it for me. Yeah, I'm tired of being influenced by external factors that try to get me to sand down my rough edges and oversimplify my complex nuances. It's what makes me me. The right person will be able to hold that. If you can't hold it, if it's too rough, it's too pokey, if it's too sharp, wrong crowd, wrong people, you know? And I'm all for a good challenge. I'm all for self-improvement, getting better. Like I'm all about that. I have to align with it though. Like I love constructive criticism and feedback. And it has to be communicated in a way that's respectful of me and my boundaries and myself. If it takes a toll on my health and well-being, then that's a clear indicator it's like not aligned. And at the end of the day, it's also how it makes me feel. It's like, oh, I'm here, I could be here. And I feel a resistance. This version of here looks different for us. Like success, I think is what I'm talking about. For some people, success is like huge icon, wealth, like all the fans. That's amazing. Like I would love to be there. But if I have to sell my soul to get there, nah, thank you. No, if I have to be like rebranded at the sake of like my values, no. This is it's a different idea of success. That's how you know. That's how I know, I think. There are a ton of people that I'm learning in this industry or in any industry with a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of experience and are happy, I think, with where they're at. But again, happiness looks different for us and priorities are different. And if they don't match up, then it doesn't make sense to continue taking advice. Anyway, the whole concept of this thought is to be wary of who you take advice from and listen to or let influence you. Their version of success could look different and their process to get there could deviate from your values and your priorities. So that's just something to think about in the acting world or in any world, really. I'm still learning how to reprogram my conventional responses. We're brought up in a way that creates this almost unconscious way of reacting to things. We're wired to see success one way, who you know, how much money you have, what you've done. And that's great. That's great. But like, their process. It's not your process. Part of it is taking the time to figure out what your priorities are. So I'm on a mission to remember that, remember who I am and not who the world wants me to be or anyone else wants me to be. Be the best is different from do your best. And what is best for you. And best, the definition of best or success, whatever, it's different for everybody. And you have to figure out what that is for you. For me, I'm winning when I'm living authentically and honestly and communicating and expressing and creating authentically. That's my definition of success. Even if I'm broke, even if I don't know where I'm going to live tomorrow. In another video, I talked about the pillars of my home, which is my body. And as long as I can eat and sleep and move, that's like the base. And once I have that, then I can actually think about what my priorities are and operating and functioning from a place of alignment. Yeah, I think part of the heaviness I've been feeling is that there are a lot of expectations and pressures being in this industry to be someone I'm like not. Externally, my world looks super chaotic and there's no sense of security because I'm a nomad and I don't have a consistent income stream. The crazy lady, I think maybe was what I look like from the outside, is what I'm assuming. But I think that when it comes to like who I am and my values, my well being, and like honest reflection, I think that's what makes me feel secure internally, despite my chaotic external world. And that's why I felt a little off. We all know the truth. The truth is within us. It's all inside of us. I was just letting these external factors influence me for a bit, but I am getting back to it. I'm getting recentered. This is the process. And it's hard because in the acting industry, your job is to perform. That's when you're in front of the camera. But it was starting to become a performance in the brand that I was building or what I was being told to build as far as my personal branding. I don't think that should be a performance. I was just getting lost in that. I was on a fork and I had these really big opportunities in front of me. I knew that I'd have to sell my soul and like sacrifice some of my authenticity and deviate from my values. And nope, that's where the line was drawn. And I feel empowered now from drawing that line respectfully. And it's not even like cutting people off. I don't need to cut people off. It's just creating distance. It's creating distance from what doesn't feel right. Communicating that clearly and honestly. That's all it is, I think. Survival mode. That's what it was. I've been operating from a place of survival. I was just trying to survive in this industry. I was driven by fear to be able to survive. I am more than that. You're more than that. We're all more than just surviving. We have so much. We have so much power. And I think it comes from that place of truth. This is just the beginning of my detoxing from operating from that place of survival, detoxing from putting energy and time into the places and projects and people that feel heavy, that drain me, that have and put all these expectations on me to fulfill their fantasies, their vision of success, their vision of who they want me to be. But at the end of the day, who do I want me to be? I'm getting passionate about it because I think for so long I was just like feeding into what they wanted me to be because I was scared to drown in this industry and not be successful. So I just like laugh now. It's funny to me because I was just so caught up in that and I wasn't thinking about what success even meant for me. I lost that for a second. The art that I want to make has no limitations. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. That's like where the art that I want to create should be coming from. Like, that's where I want it to be coming from. A place of just wild, free, primal instinct. This is just the beginning of that detox and the beginning of remembering who I am and following that truth. Thank you for listening. I'm always bad at conclusions. I suck at ending videos, and trying to force one would be a performance, which is what I'm trying to get away from outside of my acting. So I'm gonna eat my yogurt now. I hope that you have a great day or night. This is the shit. I wish I could share this with you. That's magic. You are magic. Don't you forget.